Yes, we're getting more and more
My
and more
God,
and more.
what is Oscar wearing?
It's my
Okay.
my shark tail, no, my dragon tail.
Your dragon. I can
Yeah,
imagine.
This
Okay.
this was my this was my Dutch ice skating hat from when I used to live there.
Yeah.
Cool.
Fits. Apparently,
It
my
fits.
head hasn't got any bigger.
No.
After I had a really big head, my head was this size when I was 18.
Welcome everybody to the. Sorry, that was a cough. We'll do it again. Welcome everybody to this very special Grindelwald Bastards Christmas show. This is the first Christmas show we're doing. It's gonna be really cool. This is gonna be the most views of any of our videos, I'm pretty sure. We're gonna have more than 2 views, maybe 3. We might even have 10 views.
Double digits,
video.
yeah,
double
double
digits,
digits.
Yeah,
double
we-
digits growth.
I was going to say when you're talking about like the most views we've ever had,
Yeah.
we've set the bar pretty low.
I know, but we're not gonna tell anybody. We're just gonna say that this is the best video that we've ever done. We are recording this obviously because we need to do so many things and we need to discuss so many things, and also we don't want to be on this live stream during Christmas. Which is gonna be a little bit difficult with our families, so that's why we've recorded this. So when you see this, it's probably Christmas Day or it's Christmas Eve. I'm not sure when we're gonna put this live. Depends on how much time I need to edit it. And then we are all off to our families. Christmas weekend, maybe. Next year.
You
Christmas.
can torture your friends and family by letting them watch this at Christmas.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, you can only get a next drink if you first watch our video and like and subscribe and do the whole thing. Anyway, so the plan today is that we are doing a little bit of an overview of last year, 2022, which is sort of the thing you do around Christmas. Just look back and talk about special things that we all think were worth mentioning. And we have prepared a little bit of that. And what we're going to do is have a couple of topics where each one of us is going to talk a little bit about what moment or what thing is the most noteworthy, and then we're gonna do that per item. So first we're gonna do favorite Formula 1 moment. Then we're gonna do the second one was favorite Lego whatever. Third thing we're gonna do is the most what the fuck moment, and we might beep this out. I don't know. Can you say fuck? I don't know. Anyway, if we beep it out...
I mean, it's YouTube. You can pretty much say whatever you want.
That's true. The what the F moment. Anyway...
Just make sure that when you post the video, you mark it as not for children. And you'll be fine.
I think this is not for children anyway, so it's good. And we added one. I don't know if Oscar got that. I think we should maybe also talk about best gadget of 2022. It's going to be really... what we think of it. We are not sponsored in any way. I wish we were, but we are not.
Maybe after this show.
Yeah, maybe we will get sponsored. So, without further ado, let's just start. And I think the best probably way is to go from left to right on your screen. And that would mean Oscar to start off with his favorite Formula 1 moment of 2022. Oscar, the floor is yours.
Yeah. Well, it was a very tough one, I think, this year, because it was not as epic, I think, as last year, the races. But for me, and it's probably a strange one, what I really liked was the no again from Max in Brazil, where he did not let Sergio pass.
Max, if we don't pass Fernando on the exit of 12, can we let Checo through, please? Let Checo back through.
So, he's a bastard. He's doing everything to become world champion, and I think that's in the same league as the Sennas and the Schumachers. Yeah. They were also crazy guys, bastards.
Yeah, don't worry about the DRS, Max. Let Checo through. Let Checo through. Max, let Checo through, please. Max, what happened?
I told you already last time. You guys don't ask that again to me. Okay? Are we clear about that? I gave my reasons, and I stand by it.
So I really liked the moment where he just said fuck it to Sergio, but also to the rest of the team, I think.
Yeah, I think that is the stuff champions are made of. You have to be like that, and they were all the same. I think if you look back, you know, all these shows about the big ones, they all were like that at some point in time. And then later on, they become a little bit more mellow, but they're like that. So yeah,
that's not happening with Max yet.
No, not yet. No, he's not going to be mellow for quite some time. What about Chris?
Yeah.
Do you have one?
It's not so much a moment as a team. I really wanted Ferrari to be something this year. And so my sort of favorite, very elongated moment is how Ferrari went from potentially a winning team to a collection of clowns. The little video that was on Instagram where Matteo Binotto was talking to Leclerc, and they were going on about how many plans are there, and he goes, you know, what if it's wet? What if it's wet? Plan B. What if there's a crash? Plan C. You know, and it went on. It just seems like they had no strategy this year. So for me, my favorite F1 moment was, what the hell happened to Ferrari?
Okay. Let's also watch. Let's also watch a little bit of footage of that situation.
Stay out. Multifunction tire, position 5. Multifunction tire, position 5. To stop now, we'll be right in front of Gasly, which is P12.
Why would we stop now?
So we are looking at a P5 finish at the end of the race. Question is, would you like to have a new medium to go through the traffic or prefer a new hard? Question?
I don't know the new hard, so the new medium feels perfect.
Copy.
But for now, tires feels perfect.
They just pitted. And radio off, please.
I think I was in front of the safety car.
We'll come back to
you. Should let me pass. You should let me pass.
So we've checked and we were behind. Charge button on, charge on, and radio off, please.
Sainz is trying everything.
Box, Carlos, box. Pit confirmed.
Not now, not now.
Oh,
why
were they telling him to pit right then? Were they not watching the action? Carlos Sainz got ahead of Sergio Perez. Perez was fighting him back. Carlos Sainz down the main straight, fighting ahead, staying ahead. Well, of that lock-up from Leclerc.
If we stay at this pace, what are we looking for in terms of position?
We can keep Bottas behind P1.
Obviously, because you're leading the race, Charles.
So what? Yeah, looking at that, we have in the Netherlands a podcast, and there's one guy who I think after race 2 already started mentioning that Binotto had to go, and that Vasseur needed to come in, and then nearly a year later,
it's happened.
It's happened. Yeah.
It was just I like the idea of Ferrari as a Formula One team, and I really wanted this to be the year where they became something again. And for the first 2 or 3 races, it was looking really good, and then it was just bad strategy after bad pit stop after one disaster after another.
Yep.
Oh my God, these plans go on forever.
Yeah, it was. I think that's deservedly one of the most epic Formula One themes of this year. Not especially.
So what about you?
Okay, I have again. Also, I found it difficult because on one hand it wasn't as as epic as last year, but still there were a lot of things that happened. And I chose every time where Max and Leclerc were fighting for positions.
Yeah.
That to me is what Formula One is about. That to me shows that the way the cars are built now, and the way probably Max and Leclerc are really close to, you know, what they can do in a good car. And it was what's even more interesting to me is the fact that they, I think, never touched each other. They never crashed. They might have sort of touched each other maybe a little bit, but it was so. I saw that happening with much more confidence than I ever did when Max had to fight Lewis, because
and the one time that Max did fight Lewis this year, he hit him.
Yeah. So, you know, is this Max or is this Lewis, or is it just a combination of the two of them that's so toxic? I don't know. We shouldn't probably go into that again. But to me, the most exciting parts of racing were that time where you see that Max overtook Leclerc, then Leclerc hooked onto it, overtook Max again.
Yeah.
They were really fighting it off out on the track like they were karting, and to me, you know, that's this year that was the most exciting part. We're gonna watch a little bit of footage of that too. So that's actually what I thought was great. So now the top 3 of Grindelwald Bastards Formula One epic moments are these.
In the bag.
Now I'm gonna put all that.
I do not know if this will make the show, but I saw some stats about the costs or the crashes of the Formula One drivers.
Oh yeah.
And actually, the lowest was Bottas.
Yeah.
And Max was second, so only 450,000 euros
of
damage to his car.
Mm.
And Bottas had 410 or something.
Okay.
And there were guys like Schumacher and
I was going to say Schumacher would have been a lot.
$3.5 million dollars of damage.
I saw something about that too. Yeah, that's amazing, you know. And that's another thing. If you have budget caps, not having drivers crashing is going to be really important, you know. It's going to be even more important.
For sure.
So yeah, okay. So that was our Formula One part. Then we move on to our second top 3 or whatever you want to call it, and that's has all to do with Lego. I mean, Lego is something we all like to buy and build, and we have discussed it a lot of times on the show. A lot of nice sets have been released this year. We've gone on about them, and we haven't bought all of them. We have bought some of them, and that's already something. So to go back to Oscar again, Oscar, what is your? It could be your nicest set, or the greatest build, or some release that you're really fond of. It could be something completely different.
Something completely different.
No,
for sure. For sure, it will be something completely different. It is not the Lego. No, it is Lego. No, what I was thinking a lot about it, and I did not know for sure if it was the Titanic who came out this year or that it was already last year. So I didn't want to go there.
Mm-hmm.
But then I thought, what did I not buy? But what I really loved came out this year is actually the minifix of the Muppet Show.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Great. I forgot about those, but
I really loved these.
Yeah.
And why I at the end still not bought them is that they are not a complete set, but you need to start buying bags of
and then hope
of minifix, and then hope you get them all.
Yeah. What we did maybe not discuss, or did we, is that if we all buy some of them, if we have double ones, we could swap them around between the 3 of us. So if we just start buying them, and see what we've got, then we might be able to, at least between the three of us, spread them around a little bit more evenly. But can you already buy them, or what? Do you know how that's?
I hope you can still buy them actually.
Yeah,
they came out, and I saw them in a store, but with bags and all. But yeah.
Okay.
I was in advance of this show. I was thinking again about it, and then thought, I really need to put some action there.
Okay. Yeah.
I need to have them. Yeah. And he saw that I was carrying around a Lego dose box. A Lego box.
Okay, so yeah, the Muppet figures, for sure.
Yep.
I think that's certainly one for in our top 3. So yeah, totally understand what you mean. What about Chris?
Lego. What was the set number? 10268. This guy.
Yeah, the windmill. Or
the Vestas wind turbine.
Yeah, turbine.
I still haven't built it yet, but I just like the fact that it was a hard to find model that I was able to find at a reasonable price. It was only ever sold to or given to employees of Vestas, so it wasn't ever sold in the Lego store. So you couldn't buy them in the general public. So I had to go to eBay, and some people were asking silly money. And I think we talked about this on the last show. This was $50 to $100 less than everyone else because the box was damaged.
Yeah,
and it's hard to even see where the box is damaged.
Yeah.
But I will probably assemble this over Christmas and have something to show in the New Year show.
Great stuff. Yeah, it's a special thing. When I first saw it, I wasn't that impressed, I have to say. But then I saw some videos about it, and I became more interested because it looks really nice, and it also has the little house or office building below, and
the service van and the
minifigs, and it was a really cool. And then I thought, oh, that's actually pretty nice. So glad you got it, and we're interested to see how the build goes. So so that's good. Okay, cool.
Are you planning to put in there a generator so you can actually start creating energy?
Okay, what I've got is I've thought about it, and obviously things like Titanic, although maybe that was last year, I don't know, was on my mind, and some of the Star Wars sets that came out, the thing from the Mandalorian, a lot of really nice stuff came out, but then it was really difficult to choose which one I should put in our top 3. So I ended up putting in the top 3 the thing I built, which is the Ecto, the Ghostbusters car. And the reason why I chose for that, because that build was so enjoyable throughout the whole process. It was actual real Lego, and that sounds weird, but it has the actual Lego feel to it. So not that many special parts, I think, or maybe they are, but it didn't feel like that. Just Lego bricks, building it up from the ground. A lot of really interesting ways how they fix things. Exceptionally high detail in everything, and also a lot of moving and playable stuff, and it all works, and it doesn't break, and the looks of it are also fine. So everything together makes that probably one of the best Lego sets I've ever seen or built, and I thought it was worthy to put that in the top 3. So yeah, that's my pick. So
excellent.
Cool choice. Yeah.
You
also have the Ecto, or not, Chris?
I have. I've still not built it. I have 2 kits to build over Christmas now.
Yeah, cool. Well, it'd be interesting to know what you think about building the Ecto if you build it. But I'm pretty sure that you will like it. So the third top 3 is going to be about a moment where you, or we, thought, actually the first thing that came to mind is, what the F? And that could be a lot of things for some people, and it could be difficult to find one for others, but I'm pretty sure that we can all name one. Oscar, what about you?
Well, thank you for letting me start again.
I'm sorry about that. Yeah, we can change it around, but I will edit it in another way when we edit the video. No, it's not gonna work.
Oh yeah. So there, I think when you take it in the broadest sense of the word, you can come up with thousands of what the fuck moments. For one, and I still do not know if it's true, yes or no. The playing cards you can buy now from Donald Trump. Is this
No, I didn't even
really
know that.
true? I have no idea.
They're not physical cards. They're NFTs. They're these
Oh, okay.
non-fungible
Tokens.
Yeah.
tokens. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it turns out that they're all stock images that even still have the watermark in them.
Oh.
And he stole them from a bunch of different places.
Yeah.
But the guy,
that's
in
The
one sense,
ex-president of the United States, everybody.
yeah, but it's what the fuck, but it's also genius somehow. But okay, but that's not what I wanted to say. It's,
no.
it's something.
Oh, you have
I've two.
You have two.
So I think I talked about it on the show before, and that was my docking station at home, which is not working.
Yeah.
And then after an annoying amount of time with our IT departments, it was working. And now there was an update of Windows last week. And again, it's just not working. And it's equipment they are providing to you. And then there's an update. And also for the docking station, there's an update. But the annoyance starts then, the what the fuck moment is then that you do not have rights to install this. So then you need again admin rights and
it's terrible. Yeah.
I want to throw it out of the window actually, but
Yeah, I can totally understand that, and it's not far from what I'm gonna bring up later. But it's definitely I can totally feel your pain.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
it's physically hurt.
Yeah, it's physically hurt. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. So that's the first of the top 3 of what the fuck moments. And then we go on to Chris.
I'm gonna use a very broad definition of it. Top Gun Maverick.
Okay. Yeah.
When we went to see that in the cinema and they started showing the aerial flying sequences, I literally sat there and went, "What the fuck?" I'm like, this is so well filmed, and the flight stunts were so well done. I just thought, this is. As I sat through the movie, it was very slowly going up my list of top 10 movies. Then it went into my list of top 3 movies, and I think it might be my top 1 or 2 movie I've ever watched now.
Yeah.
I was totally blown away. I went in secretly hoping it would be good.
Mm-hmm.
But, it's like they say, never meet your heroes. I was like,
yeah.
I love Top Gun. I hope they haven't ruined it. And oh boy, did they not ruin it.
No. Yeah. Okay. I can understand that. I mean, you've talked about it when you just saw it a lot. And I still haven't seen it. I just didn't have time to see it. I am gonna.
And cut.
Yeah. So we are now gonna show you the whole Top Gun.
The whole Top Gun.
We've now reconvened after Paul has watched Top Gun.
Yeah,
we are now defriending Paul.
Yes.
What we need to do now is swap
just
hats.
move away that window out of the side. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You are banned from the show.
Yes, I know. It's terrible.
Get out.
That's terrible.
Get out.
I've got one strike. Yeah. No, it's I really need to see it because I'm pretty sure I will totally be blown away too. Did you see it, Oscar?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You felt sort of the same, maybe
for sure.
At least.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also in the movie theater. Yeah.
Yeah. That's one thing that you should probably see it in a theater, which is now going to be difficult. But maybe if I'm home alone and I just sit very close to the television and put the audio on 10, maybe it'll do something for me. But we'll see. Is it already?
It was also the reason that I finally upgraded our projector at home.
Ah, right. Did you?
So we now have a 4K projector because I thought.
Yeah.
There's a lot of movies have come out in 4K, and when this one was coming out in 4K, I just thought, you know, it would almost be insulting to watch this in HD now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I really didn't need much of an excuse, but this was the excuse to change the projector.
Yeah. So it's already out on Blu-ray? On 4K
Yeah.
Blu-ray? Oh, okay, so you can buy it. Yeah, I should probably buy it. Problem is I don't have a 4K television, so I would probably buy a new television first, and then.
Well, see, then you end up in my problem, which is I bought a $19 movie and then I bought a $3,000 projector.
Yeah. I am totally gonna do the same. So
that's your Christmas present to yourself.
That's my Christmas present to
a
myself.
Copy of Top Gun and a new TV.
Yeah. What? Do we need a new TV? Yes, because we want to watch Top Gun. Yeah,
yes, we do now.
We do now. Yeah.
Send in the bill to Tom Cruise.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, that's great. Okay. Yeah, Top Gun. Okay. Well, thanks for that. That's the second position of our top 3. Okay, and then there is the my what the fuck moment.
Yeah.
And again, it's also a combination
Strap
of things.
in, people. This is going to be a bumpy ride.
It's going to be a bumpy ride. Yeah. It's you know.
I hope you have some time. Yeah.
I'm going to try and keep this short, but it's probably going to be long. Now, and people know that. And it's a series of things that more and more and more annoyed me, up to the point where I was, what the fuck? How is this even possible? And that's software updates or improvements in general that have just gone to a point where I am really, really afraid and stressed out if any software update needs to be done, because it will, in 9 out of 10 cases, fuck up everything that I've spent maybe years in getting exactly how I want it. All settings are right. It works flawlessly. My workflow is seamless. Everything is exactly as I want it. And then they fucking update it, and everything is fucked up, and I spent hours and hours and hours of trying to get things back to how it was, which sometimes is possible, but a lot of times isn't, because they sometimes even take away functionality. So in general, they put in unnecessary functionality that I don't want to use, I've never used, and I have no desire to use, and they take away the one thing that was the absolute most perfect thing of the whole software, why I used it all the time. And how is this even possible that they get away with stuff like that?
I mean, want to see what your reaction is going to be when you buy a modern car and they send software updates to your car.
I'm not gonna. I'm gonna totally block that. That is one of the worst nightmares that I'm thinking of. If that happens, you know. Look, a couple of examples, and there are so many. I probably talked about them in the show already. But one thing that came to mind was this OBS thing. We all know, and people have seen us struggling with getting OBS to work correctly. And it was a combination of OBS quirkiness. You know, first you have to start up this and then OBS, or the other way around, because it won't work, you know. But I went through it, and I learned it, and I knew how it worked. And in the end, we had it right. And one of the things that was really important to that was the NDI possibility to pick out video streams out of the Skype environment. I've seen now, if you have Skype for Business, that's easier because you can pop out windows and then you can work with that. But if you don't have that, you need NDI for that. And that was one of the basic things that I always used, also to get the audio streams and everything done. They just, with an update, killed that. It just didn't work anymore, which meant that, well, the most important stuff of all our videos just didn't work from one of the other time. And I've gone onto the internet, it's just gone. It's not there anymore. Not a possibility anymore.
It radically improved the production quality of our live stream.
True. I don't think so, because I think it's rubbish now, because I have to... Yeah, it is, because it totally is... if I move this window...
Don't move the window.
This is shit. You know, this is bullshit. This is not professional. So I'm still not over that. I don't understand how they can, you know, fuck up something that bad. But then another thing, Office 365, guys. I have worked with Word, Excel, Access, everything, and it worked flawlessly. I had never have any crashes. I had never have to look for anything. Everything was saved very well. Zero problems with that. Now I have Excel crashing randomly. Just stopping to work, crashing, have to restart it again. I have weird screen situations where I've got display driver issues with Excel and it just doesn't work correctly. They changed some things, for some basic functionality, and they swapped things around. So normally you press Control, and now that doesn't work anymore because now it's suddenly Shift. So they changed around keys. So everything that was like a second nature to me when I went into Excel has just been taken away, and now I have to relearn the program to even get the simplest of things done.
Did you change from like Excel 96 to like the current version or something?
No, not 96. No. It was the version that you could just buy on a CD and install. That worked fine. And since you have this thing where it updates automatically and it's just an online cloud thing, that's where the problem starts. So that's one thing. A second thing is that I have problems with autosave, which is now automatically on. So if I open an old document and I use that as a base to work on for a new document, at a certain point in time, I lose my old document because it saves that document while I'm still working on it. What I normally do is I use that document, I work on it, and then I save it under a new name. That's been my workflow for years. And that's
copy the document first.
Yeah, but I know now. But that's very difficult to think of because I'm always too late. It already happened when I think, oh shit, I haven't opened a new document. Why? I mean, why would they change that?
Right-click on the document and revert.
I know, but it's making things more difficult than necessary.
I want to see you buy a car where these software updates come into the car.
This is gonna be.
I can see you sitting at the traffic lights in Rotterdam, just like, why is this doing this?
People drive into the mass.
Jeremy Clarkson inside your car.
I am totally. I think, yeah. We should probably videotape that because I'm gonna go berserk. I'm gonna totally crash the car just because out of spite. I just. Yeah, it's terrible. So yeah, with cars it's the same. With Office it's the same. Also, the translation stopped working. I can't translate documents anymore because it just doesn't function. So if I go into Word and I say, okay, translate this whole document, nope, not gonna do it. Get all kinds of error messages, and they have just made it a bad software altogether. And part of it is just not working anymore. Other part of it is it works differently, and I haven't chosen for that. I mean, if I wanted that would be an option, you know. If I want autosave, that should be something that I want to turn on myself. But it automatically does it, and I try to kill it, but it doesn't do it. It just puts it on automatically, and there I go again, and then I lose another document, and I just like, why? You know, why is this happening? You know, things like this are gonna, you know, it's terrible. So it's what the fuck. Every time that I update something, I update my server, something breaks.
Do you have this amount of angst when your phone gets an update?
Oh, I've just gone through it. They have these really annoying, very, very, very bad icons now, which are supposed to be hip. And now I've got all kinds of different icons. One of them is purple. The other one is, I mean, if I want YouTube, I want this red logo YouTube item, not some sort of fancy artist's impression of how a YouTube icon should like. I just don't want it. And most of the time, you just can't kill it.
So the background for this whole section of the video needs to be Grandpa Simpson shouting at the cloud.
That's fine. That's fine, because it's just terrible. So this has gone on for long enough, I think. And I could go on for hours. No problem.
Yeah, this was the short version.
This was the very short version.
This was the edited version.
Yeah. It's terrible. Guys, it's terrible. So that's my my top 3 entrants for what the fuck moment.
Would you like 5 minutes so that vein on your forehead can go down?
I just called the ambulance. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's fine.
They're going to take me away. Haha. Yeah. Yeah, it's terrible. Anyway. So, yeah. We've
Excellent.
got another thing. Next topic is gonna be best gadget. Also pretty broad, but we all like gadgets, I think.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. And I thought that would be something to nice to add onto the show. So Oscar, again, we're going to start with you.
Yep. Of course, there are many gadgets, but just recently I bought one, and I think I did not even show it or share it on the channel. So
You're out.
it's an Excel creator, which still works. No,
it's an old CD.
An old CD with Microsoft.
With Excel on it for
Office
Windows
10.
Windows 3.11. Yeah.
Oh, talking about this. At one point, we worked for a company who gave away a lot of gadgets to our customers, or it was possible to give them away. So I found a box in my house last week with card readers, with
Wow.
laser pointers, with whatever kind of crap was in there. Bluetooth dongles, USB dongles to put in your laptop to have Bluetooth on your laptop. Well, this kind of crap. So it can all go into the waste bin.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's really old,
You should send them to
outdated.
Paul. He'll use them.
Yeah, But
Well,
it goes up to Windows 2000 or something. So
Well, Bluetooth has just never worked for me, so I've totally given up on that.
no. That part we had just a couple of minutes ago.
Yeah, you got me started now. Yeah.
Just wound him up again.
Yeah. But one of the gadgets I wanted to talk about is a watch winder, and a watch winder is maybe not hip or whatever. It's also not new. Well, I got a new one. So this year I was fortunate enough to get another automatic watch.
Mm-hmm.
And I needed an extra watch winder, and the one I already had somehow was not able to wind my watch. I have a Meistersinger watch, and whatever I tried, it was never winding it.
Isn't that annoying?
That's
They sent an update to your watch winder, and now it doesn't work.
yeah. Well,
they made it better.
It never worked, but now I have one. So actually, it's a winder for 4 different watches, and it's actually winding my my Meistersinger watch.
Cool. Have you ever tried to figure out why the one didn't and the other doesn't? Is it the speed or the angle?
Yeah. So it's very hard to find online what you should do to wind the watch.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow this manufacturer, so the what is it, the mechanism inside is not well known or documented online.
Okay.
So I could not find any ideas on what to do with it. And you can do it clockwise, anti-clockwise, 600 turns per day, 5,000 turns per day, and everything in between. And you need to mix it, and not everything was possible with the old one I had. So there was the problem. And now with the new one, I can play around really with all these settings.
Cool.
So
very cool.
Excellent.
Oh, I maybe in one of our next shows maybe show it, because I'll be interested in that.
Yeah.
I've got one that sort of does automatic winding,
Mm-hmm.
and I think we were at Baselworld once together where we saw the first thing like that, like the little box, the cube.
Yeah,
the Swiss winder, the Swiss
Yeah.
cube, but that was really expensive, and well, I'm not gonna bother. But so I have one watch that should actually be in a box like that, but I haven't done it. I could buy a box where you can put 4 in, and then just buy 3 watches.
Well, that was my reason as well. I thought now I need to buy extra watches.
Now you have an extra space.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that was your best gadget of the year. Okay. That's gonna go into our top 3. What about Chris?
I've changed my nomination. I've sent you a link in the app.
Yeah.
It's a power bank.
Oh wow.
A really big power bank. It's basically a lithium
car. Oh.
No, it's a lithium. It's a lipo battery.
Okay.
I don't know what, lithium something.
Li-Fe.
Yeah, maybe it's that. But it's a giant one. It looks, when you look at the link and paste something in here afterwards, it's it's the size of a roll-on suitcase.
Yeah.
And it comes with wheels and a handle.
Yeah.
That's the guy.
Yeah, that's it.
And it's 2.4 kilowatt hours, and in our house that would run the fridge, the internet, the television for probably 3 days.
Wow.
And it's not unusual to have the power go out here for more than a day.
Okay, so it's really.
So we have a petrol generator which is in the garage for if we have a really big power outage. But if we have a small one, it's nice to have this in the house, especially in the winter. And we can just roll it into the room where we need it and plug stuff in.
Just plug it in,
yeah, it's great.
Okay, yeah. We shortly discussed it. I saw one of the channels that I'm following, Bite My Bits. This guy was testing these things all the time.
I didn't take the one that he was recommending, but I got the Anker Powerhouse 767, I think it's called. And the reason I got that one was because it was their latest product that came out this year, and I signed up for a mailing list probably in July, where if you signed up for the mailing list, you got $800 off when it came out.
Okay.
If you bought it on the day it came out.
Exactly. Yeah.
So they sent me a coupon code for $800 off on the day it came out. So I bought it. It was
cool.
That was easily half the cost.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I can understand why you did that. Yeah. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I've been looking at those things. Not because I really have a use for it, because we don't have any power outages really. But when things are going now, you can expect anything. So maybe it's gonna be in the near future that we have these things. But I mean, if you go on a camping trip,
you can throw it in the boot of the car and take it camping. You've got power.
Well, that's one of the things I was thinking about. If you go out camping, you just take it, and you always have some power for a lot of things. And because of the wattage and amperage that you can put through these things, you can do almost anything. You can watch probably Top Gun on a 4K projector in your.
Yes, you probably could.
But so you also have solar panels, or not?
We do, yes.
So
you can on the roof.
Yeah, so you should or could also start using it every night, empowering your.
Yeah, we could run the fridge overnight, for example, if we decided to do that.
Yeah.
So
this Bite My Bits guy also has that in his house. He has a closet with batteries in it. And it's really fun to watch. He is clutching it together, and then he wants to do it professional, so he has really big wires and everything. And he's got electronics that sort of is like a backup power. So I'm not sure if he has solar panels yet, but he's probably going to do that. But now, if he has a power outage, it automatically switches to his battery, his batteries, and it just powers everything, the whole house, because it goes into his main. Like metercast. Anyway, so it's really really cool. But
one of our friends that lives over on the other side of the valley, he has a Tesla Powerwall, and he has a lot of solar. And they about February or March this year, they had a power outage, and he texted me straight away. He goes, "The house is running completely off the grid." Cool. So for 5 or 6 hours, the whole house, they were the only house in the area that had any power, and it was all just coming out of their power wall, because it was
very cool.
It's topped up by the solar, and he
cool.
showed me the app, and the app showed that the battery was powering the house and the grid was disconnected. I'm like, that's really cool.
So cool. Yeah. I would love to have a system like that, but right now it's economically very difficult to make that viable. Well, if the prices of everything stay like this, then it's going to be more viable pretty shortly, but
Exactly.
probably the prices of panels and batteries also go up, because that's, but anyway, I would love to have a system like that and start building it that way. So hopefully we can do this. So okay, so the power bank.
Indoor power bank.
Indoor power bank is your thing. Okay, I'm gonna go for the third one, and I didn't have to think about that a lot, because as in the contrary to my other what the fuck topic, sometimes you have things that are just exactly right, and the car thing, the Spotify car thing, is the best thing that I have actually gotten as a present for a long time. It exactly fills that need that I had to have a simple way to control Spotify in my car without having to go through my phone and everything. It's a smart. There is a picture of it on the background now. It's like a little box with a knob on it and a little screen, and it shows you information of. It goes through your phone, but you don't really see that. So you can swipe through your playlists. You can choose songs. You can search. You can turn the knob for volume. Obviously, you can also do that in your car stereo, which is connected to, but still, it's easy that it can do that. But also, it uses voice commands. And this is actually the first device that responds well to voice commands. At least to my voice commands. It does exactly, if I say, hey Spotify, I can say whatever I want, and it actually finds that song, or it plays that, play, I don't know, Star Wars theme, and it finds it and it plays it. Skip song, it does that. It's absolutely brilliant. And I love it. Best thing. Best gadget of maybe
excellent
the last couple of years.
A big user interface for your phone while you're driving.
Yeah, something like that.
Excellent.
Yeah, but it's cool. So that's my thing. So that's the gadget top 3, which brings us to the end of our Christmas show. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I hope you all did too. Yep. And maybe it's obviously a thing, and I think I speak for all of us, to wish everybody Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and
Merry Christmas,
and all that. I hope that we can keep doing this in one form or another over the next year. We have been intermittent in our streams, which is gonna be probably the same next year, because we're just all really busy. So we will just do shows whenever there's time and we feel like it. But we will keep doing it, whether or not we have any viewers. So for the viewers that we do,
we will just keep broadcasting to dead air.
Yes, we will. And somewhere in 500 years, some alien life form will find this YouTube server and will see us and think, "Oh wow, these were great people. These Earthlings."
I put a link in the group WhatsApp a couple of weeks ago. There is a website you can go to that looks for YouTube streams with no viewers.
That's cool. We should
at some point we're going to end up on there.
We should sponsor that. Yeah, that's really cool. So anyway, all of you that have watched us or listened us, if you liked us or not, it doesn't matter. Thank you very much. And we wish you all the best, good health, lots of fun. Don't worry too much, and keep your friends close, because that's very important in these times, I think. So that's my Christmas wishes. I don't know if you guys have anything to add to this.
Same as what he said.
Okay, thanks. That was it for 2022. Hope to see you all.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Bye.
Bye.